Hi everyone, it's Margaret here with 60 and Me. Thank you for joining me today. Today's topic is about fashion. Now, I love clothes and I love shopping for different colors and styles, and I like window shopping, but I'm not a big shopper of clothes anymore. Very much like a lot of women in our community. I know what I like, I know what sizes I need, I know what colors look good on me, and I go out and purchase, things very specifically for what I'm looking for. But the challenge we've got today is that a lot of the shops are very geared for younger shoppers. And one of our bloggers, Andrea Flower, wrote this article, which I want to talk about because she really does give some ideas and some observations on the world of fashion. She's a fashion artist, she's a consultant, and knows her clothes, and she pays attention to it. So I trust her observations and her judgment. But for me, I just know what colors I like. On pink, I like pink and I like black, and I do like the coral colors, teal, turquoise, and I know what I don't like. I don't like yellow or mustard colors. I don't like colors that don't have a substance to them. I like colors that are vivid and bright, sort of tropical colors. But and I wear rainbow necklaces, of course, so I like all those colors. But she says that the challenge we've got as older women is that most of the stores now get a large amount of their income from women in their 30s and 40s. Women who are still working, perhaps in wanting to, keep up a fashion style, and so their clothing is really geared for that type of a woman. And by then, I don't know about you, many women are in their 60s are looking very fit, and they've got great shape, and many of us have got a little extra weight, and some just don't want to wear short sleeves necessarily, for example. But when you go in the shops, everything is geared for that woman who is just not quite at that place yet. So there's skin revealing cutouts now, and very tight low-waisted trousers. I think those are going out of style now a little bit, but a lot of the things are really geared for that, for the woman who's trying to communicate a different message. And I say this subtly and gently because I think that it's a reality, and we can talk about it, but it's not something that probably a lot of women would think was appropriate. But I think that a lot of younger women are looking to find a partner. They're looking to attract someone, and so the clothing that they wear is geared for that kind of a sensual attraction intention. And not that we don't want to look great and be desirable or attractive to men or women as we get older, but we are less worried about that, I think. How do you feel about that? Am I stepping over a line here? But I think that things that a lot of younger women will wear are geared for that kind of conversation. That's what they're wearing the clothes for. So, for example, Andrea talks about thick-soled sneakers, those big sneakers. A lot of women wear them with midi skirt or even a suit. You see women wearing a suit with like a loose jacket with these great big sneakers on, and you think, well, that's okay to get to work and be comfortable, but this is what the style is for many women these days. And it shows kind of the conversation that they're having with their clothes, since clothes are all about talking and communicating who you are and what your values are, what your style is, what your preferences are. And those thick-heeled, soled sneakers are saying, I'm sexy, I'm strong, I can outrun you, I'm kind of ready for anything, I'm prepared. Now, maybe that's not what somebody who bought those shoes would say they're trying to communicate, but from the ones that I've seen that I know bloggers that I watch who show these kinds of clothes as they're being their new purchase, they are that kind of people. They're people that are strong and independent, and they want to just talk about how strong they are and how independent women they are. So I think that they reflect, in a way, who people want to be, even if they're not there themselves. They want to, put the inner person out front with the clothing. I've got an example here, though, because I actually never buy clothes that say things on them, like a statement, whereas a lot of women will, younger women particularly, and maybe a tight knit sweater, with a logo or some kind of a slogan or message. But I actually bought a T-shirt the other day. It's the other week actually, that is kind of interesting. I'm going to hold it up. It's just a black T-shirt, but can you see the hidden message? Anyone? It says rebel. It says rebel on the T-shirt. I'll fold it down. There you go. And I just thought that was so cute. And I guess part of myself is talking about voices and things that clothing says for you, is that yes, I am a rebel. I have some different points of view to others. For an older 73-year-old woman, I might be considered a bit of a rebel. I'm rebelling against stereotypes. I'm rebelling against attitudes and feelings about older women. And really, in effect, that's what 60andMe is all about. Most of you out there probably would wear a t-shirt that said rebel, because we are, we're here, we're showing up, we're saying that we're visible and present, and our clothes communicate that. But this knit dress and sneaker trend Andrea talks about is just that saying that, they're making their statement about who they are, and they're strong, independent. I'm doing my thing. I'm working. I've got money. I'm earning. I can live where I want, buy what I want. I'm me. And just like we did when we were in our in the 60s, when we were in our 20s and 30s, we were wearing clothes that said that too. We were always saying we can get on with things. We can do stuff. Our clothes were reflection. So let's talk about some trends that Andrea raises in her article, which I think are really fun. And just basically, if you want to follow that trend, or the shops are full of clothes for younger women, which is the theme of this article. How do you get around that? How do we find things that we can, wear from what's on the shelves? First of all, the oversize trend. Now, I am not big on oversized trousers, but they're coming back. The palazzo, I think they're called trousers, and a lot of women are wearing those, and they can be very, very beautiful. The fabrics are fantastic, but that's the trend that's coming back. But the other thing is the jackets, oversized jackets. And she says, it's a trend that you'll see everywhere now, like swing coats, big jackets, big coats, big blazers. But if you're going to wear those as an older woman, she said, you can wear them. Go purchase them if you love the fabric and the color, but just wear something very slim underneath. So, in fact, it's funny, I just bought a new coat, and it was funny, I had a conversation with our 60andMe community about it, because I had bought this vintage coat years ago, and I couldn't find a replacement. And so we all talked about where I could go to find my big baggy coat. It was a vintage coat. You could almost wrap it around like a blanket. And so I finally found one. I found an atelier that did it on Etsy, and I got a coat made for me. And it's baggy. The sleeves go down to here. The shoulders are big, but I love it. But underneath it, I always wear like a top like this, like a slim top with just not leggings, but tight, thin, skinny pants that are stretchable. And that's what I wear under my baggy coat. So I'm not like bulky. I don't wear like big sweaters and big sweatshirts, tops, which are also on trend. But if you don't want to look heavier with it, but you still want to wear the oversized clothes, then just, wear something slim and, body fitting underneath. So we can adapt the trends. I mean, trends come and go. I mean, fads really come and go every season, but trends tend to stay in cycle for a few years. But we can work with that, and we can look good, but not in what you might consider a ridiculous way. Now, there's lots of women, and I can name, Stahl Crone, who I love, Judith, Iris Apfel. There's a whole group of the women in New York City, I forget the name of them now, that just are doing their own thing with, Doc Marten boots, and Accidental Icon is another one. I'm talking about bloggers, and they just look great in them because they pull it off. They're wearing the big glasses. They're wearing, multiple colors, different stripes and dots, and it's all good. But, if you don't want to do that, there are some other tips you can use. Another thing that Andrea talks about are faux leather. Now, faux leather, I've never owned a faux leather anything. I've never owned a leather anything except a handbag. But you can actually wear faux leather jackets, like a jacket or trousers. But she says to wear it with something, again, that's not so jarring, that's more like a cashmere top, it's a merino wool top, or something that's very like a liquid, silky material that goes with it. So it's not like, again, you're overdoing the look. Not head to toe leather either, she says. Well, by the way, if you want to do any of this, please go ahead and do it. Don't wear whatever you want. But she's just talking about things that, if you're trying to stay on trend, but you don't want to look like you've overdone it, just her thoughts. And this is her job. Her job, in a way, is to be a little bit conservative and a little bit mainstream, because that's where probably most women over 60, 70 want to be. There's the edges of people that want to be a little different. But slouchy slacks I've talked about. And again, she says, just don't wear big bulky sweaters with those. You wear the slim, those striped, what do they call them, knit polo type sweaters. And, just wear them with an oversized blazer. But do something that kind of doesn't, like skinny on the top and then very, very wide on the bottom. I mean, you may be able to pull this off, and I respect you for that, but that's just another category. Color trends she talks about as being totally workable, because if you don't, like I said, the color trend of the year for me was yellow. I would not buy a single yellow item ever. I've never bought a yellow item. I think I've got a bead. But, I don't like yellow as a color, but I will wear it as a bead. I will wear it as a scarf. I might wear it as an accessory on, a bag, or just some feature that is that color. Because I like, when you go out in the shops and you see nothing but that color, it's like, okay, I want to play with that. Then you can use it in that way. A scarf is always a good idea. Denim is another trend she talks about, and she says, look, denim is ageless, timeless, works for everybody. Just make sure that the denim that you purchase, if you want to stay on trend, and still buy from the shops, because this is what we're talking about, what you can buy in a store that's geared for young people, is look for the high-waisted ones, maybe you can still look tough and sexy with denim, with a tucked in shirt, or something like a white shirt always looks fabulous in my opinion with denim. But that's another way you can play the trend that is out there at the moment. And also floral. I'm not a big floral person. I look around me and I actually maybe have a curtain or something that might be floral, a piece of cloth, but I don't wear floral clothes that much. You've probably seen me once in every 50 videos do a floral top. But they're out everywhere these days, and she says, embrace the romantic look, but with a print that suits you. And you can tell by just holding it up to you whether it's a small print or large print that looks better. I think for me, the larger prints look better because they're more smudgy and more like a solid print. But that's another one you absolutely can work with, and just wear it in a way that the colors are right for you, and that you don't feel sort of overloaded by big sleeves or bulky or off the shoulder neckline if you don't really like that style. And then finally, longer skirts. They're everywhere right now, midi and long skirts. If you are not, wanting to just jump on that trend and that's all there is in the shops, just go ahead and wear something light on the top. She talks about chiffon as coming back as a fabric, and then don't have like a long skirt and a long tunic top, for example. Wear a blouse that's a crop blouse, or something that's tuckable in your skirt, or maybe with a belt, but try to keep that line smooth. It covers the bumps, but you don't want it to be too bulky. And this is just Andrea's advice, and also from my own experience. But, maybe there's some trends this year that you're trying to follow. Have you been out in the shops and think, this is mostly for people in their 20s and 30s, and what am I going to purchase or buy? What have you found? What kind of things are out there in your part of the world that you would consider trends, colors, shapes, and textures? And share with us. Let's have a chat. I mean, I'm not a fashion expert. I just know what I like, and my wardrobe's actually pretty self-contained, like, solid colors, nice black pants. I wear lots of scarves. But how about you? Tell us what your style is and what trends you're following or even purchasing. I'd love to know. Thank you, Andrea, for sharing your expertise. I appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and please like this video if you enjoyed it. I would really appreciate that. Take super good care of yourselves, everybody. Lots and lots of love to you. Take good care.